Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to replace the alternator and starter on a 2011 GMC Acadia. This also applies to any GM vehicle that has a 3.6 motor in it. First, you need to take the engine cover off by unscrewing the oil cap, and it just pulls off those rubber grommets. Then you take a 10mm socket and you take the bolt out that holds that AC line on, and then there's two bolts that hold the coolant jug on. You pull the coolant jug out and you take that line out, make sure that you're not going to spill anything. After that, we have a clear view of the alternator. We can start unplugging things and getting stuff out of our way. The next step after getting stuff out of your way is to take a belt tensioner tool and undo the tension on the belt and get the belt off. I'm going to show you here in a second. I already have the belt off, but you have to take the belt tensioner tool, and it's super skinny to fit up in there. You have to have it like that because it's a 1/2 inch drive, and you just turn it like that and the belt pops off. I recommend taking it off of a tensioner that is smooth and doesn't have the ridges because it's easier to pull off. And there's our alternator up there. Next, the tensioner that was right next to the alternator, or the idler pulley I should say, is the next thing to come off because that actually is a bolt that holds the alternator on. And the weird thing about this bolt is that it doesn't come out all the way until you have the rest of the bolts on the alternator off. So you take a 15mm wrench and slowly take the idler pulley out until it looks like that. Then you want to reach down in here, and there's two nuts I should say, that hold the alternator on the side, and they are on posts, which you have to get the posts out too, and those are 7mm. The nuts are 15, and make sure you unplug your alternator. And these bolts can be kind of tricky, and the posts can be kind of tricky, so just take your time, don't get frustrated like I did. And then here I'm taking off, I believe, the bolt that holds the power on from the battery, so that's a 13, and that needs to be taken off. Make sure you disconnect your battery before you're doing all this too, or else you might throw sparks. That one's pretty simple, just unbolt and pull the cable off. And then I just stuck it up here so it's out of my way. This power steering line right here can be kind of in the way, so just move it around as best as you can without having to take it off, because you do not want to have to bleed the power steering after doing this job. There, I just got the alternator loose. And you see now I'm taking the studs out. So this is a 7mm quarter extension. And these can be kind of tricky because you have the weight of the alternator pulling down. So once you get them out enough, lift up on the alternator and you can get the rest of them out by hand. And these are going to take a while because the threads are pretty long. And there's the stud out. You can see how many threads are on there. Take the dipstick out to give yourself a little more room to get this alternator out. You're going to reach your hands down in here and pull it up, kind of wiggle it around a little bit. Be sure not to pull on any hoses too hard. Grab that tensioner, get it out of your way, but don't forget to put it back on before you put the alternator back in. It wasn't too hard to get this out of here. You just had to get that power steering line moved, kind of turn it sideways there. So you can just pull up by the post there and then the actual pulley. And there it is out. So now, while we're in here, we're going to replace the starter too because it was slow. So the first thing to do here is to remove your oil filter. And it can be pretty tricky. Sometimes they're on there pretty tough. So you use an oil filter wrench and get it off of there without damaging it too much because you're likely going to reuse it. Now, down here in the bottom, you'll see the motor mount way down there. And there's a nut on top of it that you have to remove. And I believe it's an 18 millimeter, so you need about 5 extensions to bring it up to the top. And you just remove it, loosen it at first, and then we're going to come back to this and take it off when we have every other bolt loose. Now underneath the vehicle, you can see the motor mounts right here. And we're going to have 3 bolts for a bracket that connects it to the oil pan. And those are 15. So there are the 2 bolts on the bottom. There's one up above, which is a little trickier to get to, but still manageable. It's right there. So just make sure not to get your wrench stuck or your tool, whatever you're using. We're using this little tool here. Then there's one nut on the bottom of the motor mount that mounts it to the frame, and it's also an 18 millimeter. So we can take this out, and then pretty much everything will be loose, and the engine won't move that much. There's no need to jack it up for now. And you kind of have to disassemble this thing while it's up in there still. You have to turn the motor mount sideways and turn the bracket sideways and wiggle it around. Alright, now we got it out. There's your starter right there. And it has 2 bolts in it. And once you get those bolts out, you're going to bring it down and unplug the starter and undo the power cord going to it. It's easier to do it once it's down here. You got there's the nut that holds that cord on there. Here's our new starter. We're going with Duralast Gold. There's a part number for the starter. And you just reverse the process here. The starter's not too bad. And it's easier to do the starter just because once you have the alternator out, you have a little less in your way. It's not necessary, but it helps. So once you got your plug plugged in and your cable on, you're gonna just fit this back up into there, and there's a little stud that sticks out that you can line up your bolt holes with. So there it is in place. And you just kind of move it around until the bolts fall in place. Start them with your finger, and then you can run them in with a gun. And the long neck guns are really useful in times like these because that's kind of up there too far for a regular gun to fit. And then you got to put your motor mount in there just like how you took it out. So here I kind of made the mistake of putting that in first. So here I'm taking it back out, turning it sideways so I can get that bracket in there, and then you just reassemble it in that space there. So yeah, you just do the reverse process on the alternator. It's not too hard. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks.